Right folks, it's day 30 of the 36 project and today's theme is ghosts. This was inspired by the work of Christopher McKenney, who does some really interesting double exposure type stuff. It's a bit on the creepy side, but that's why I chose it. Also Kevin the Kid does a lot of this digital manipulation stuff, and some of it came from Dwayne Michaels as well, who also plays around with opacities and double exposures. So without further ado, we'll get on with it, but I thought for this video I'll try adding in some of the shooting. Never done it before, thought I'd give it a go. It could be something that I do next year, but yeah, so I'm going to show you the shooting process, but to do that I need to enlist the help of a small child. Wave! Let's set the focus. Right. Hang on. Nice. Right, so we're putting it on self timer so I can get. So can you turn round? Right. And strike your pose. So your sickle going the other way. That's it. Put it over your shoulder. Right, let's have a look. Right. Point to me at the door. Right. Are you ready? No. Put your sickle back. No, not with that. Point with your hand. Leave the sickle there, that's it. Right, are you ready? Right, so that's one shoot down. Off indoors for the next one.
A few moments later.
Right folks, we're back inside, we're in Photoshop. We've got our Photoshop open and I've dragged two images in. Now to do this technique you should have taken background shot, which is this one, and you should take your ghost slash reaper slash whatever it's going to be shot, right? So I've got my little lad sat on a chair and I'm in the shot. I was going to pull the thing to make it look like it was moving, but this was the best shot that come out of it. So I'm going to use this one, and what we're going to do is we use layer masks to get rid of it and hopefully look like he's floating. So what I'm going to do is add the layer mask down here, which is that symbol, and because it's a white mask we need a black brush. There we go. If you have it feathered, it can make some of the brush marks more invisible on Photoshop. However, the eagle-eyed will have noticed when I turn this on that the background jumps a little bit. So even though I used a tripod, something happened and it moved, but we can deal with it. We'll sort it out. There's a few tricks. Right, so first things first, I need to reveal myself in the doorway, but because it's moved, I'm going to use a lasso tool. And I'm going to use this straight line of the door. I'm using the straight line of the door because hopefully, because it's a natural straight line, we can use it and it won't stand out too much. So I'm just going to use a brush and go la 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 la. Now anything that you do inside the selection only happens inside the selection, so it's not going to affect over here. There we go. Deselect that, and that looks okay. Now we just go around getting rid of the rest of the stuff, so let's get rid of me there, and oh, there we go. You can see that the background's moved a little bit. Get rid of my arm. Left bracket key to make it smaller. Now, you still see my fingers. I'm going to do some editing on that later, but I'm not going to show you that now because it's not overly important to the whole effect. And then obviously we need to get rid of the chair. So there we go. This is the bit that makes it look like there's floating. Also, you will notice there's a slight tone difference between the background and the foreground. Again, we can sort that out later using the masks. So, all I'm going to do with this is carrying on masking it. These intricate bits down here, I'm going to use a combination of freehand brush marks. So let's just get right, because it's quite blurry, so you can use a soft brush and it hopefully won't look too dissimilar if you get rid of the stuff. Now here, where it's meant to be a little bit sharper, just use the polygonal lasso tool and mark off the area that you want to keep. So let's do this. Be careful of that little bit there. Use your brush, you're still on the mask, and then you can get rid of some of those bits, yeah? Deselect that and move around. So it's just a case of just doing those types of things, really. So especially around here where we've got a mixture of sharp and soft edges. I'm going to freehand brush tool that, and then potentially come here. And if you've got a tablet, this will work better. But you just want to go around the bits that are meant to be sharp, and then I'm going to include that bit, and then use your brush tool and get rid of it. Alright, deselect and carry on. Right, same for these. Make the brush smaller. Now every time you make the brush smaller, the feather will decrease as well, so you need to make a judgment on what bits you have large feathers, what bits you have soft feathers, things like that. Like in this little bit here, I would use a softer feather, but it's too harsh to use a lasso tool or lasso tool. There we go, and you can carry on doing bits like that. And when you zoom out, hopefully that won't look too bad. Obviously, we've got to get rid of that and do some extra bits, like I want to get rid of his neck thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to carry on editing, and you'll see the finished product when I've done. I'm going to speed up the film, and we'll talk about it then. Alright, see you in a bit. Right folks, so there's my final edit for Ghosts. I know it's a Grim Reaper, but I'll accept it. If you do something like this, basically I just want something floating. Added some blue to make it cooler, added a vignette to make it darker, change the levels a little bit. Added some smoke, which I think has gone a little bit overboard. Probably wouldn't do that if I was to do it again. But there you go. So I want you to have a go at masking, making things look like they're floating and stuff, which I did have a better idea for. So I'll upload that video after this one. I have got a different technique for you to try, which is a little bit easier, a little less Photoshop heavy, and I'm going to put that on straight after this one. So look out for Ghosts Part 2 below. Alright, I hope you have fun with this one. Get creative. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.